There's the 0. He'll be on the inside of row number 2. Tina Ronning, the Black Widow in the 27 from Stevensville, Ontario, lines up on the outside of row number 2. Starting 5th on the grid, it's Jordan Fiddler from Port Colborne in the 22F. And then James Small in the 10 will start alongside in 6th. Rounding out the field, be Corey Lawton in the 64 tonight. Front row is to fire together at the orange cone. Down in turn 4. Green flag in the air. We're underway. Down into 1, trying to make it happen on the outside. That's the 14 of Duga. He's going to take the lead from Dimitro down the back straightaway. And look at the challenge from Fiddler in the 22 to the inside of Couture. Oh, they get together. Wow, what a save by Couture. He hangs on to it, but it doesn't look like he got away unscathed. It seems like there might be some damage to the left front of that 0 Batman ride. Still running 3rd, though. Fiddler back down to 4th. Duga trying to get away from Dimitro as they work down the back straightaway. You can see a little bit of a rub down the straightaway for the 0 of John Couture, but he's making time still. Doesn't look like the handling's great on that 0 right now as he tries to catch up to Dimitro. Top 4 have broken away in this one. Flat for Tina Ronning as she crosses underneath the stripe here. Right front down. Tough break for the Black Widow. She's going to have to take that one to the pits. Now, Couture works underneath Dimitro as they work underneath the Tim Hortons finish line. Down into 1 and 2 on the exit. Couture's going to clear Dimitro, and he will try to set his sights on Duga, but not before it turns into, maybe a 3-wide battle into 3. Wow. Fiddler tried to send it in there on the inside, and he's going to have to drop back a couple car lengths as that amazing intro to the corner just could not be met with the same speed off the corner. Top 4 still broken away from the rest of the pack. Duga leads. Couture, Dimitro trying to look to the inside into 3. Nothing doing there. Fiddler's trying the high side as we get the white flag this time to wrap up the heat. Oh, Couture goes wide. He rows the mode up off of 4. Hangs on. Oh, Fiddler sends it in there. A little bit of contact with the 801. Great racing early from the V6 as we are off to a bang here on 70th anniversary season here at Merrittville Speedway. Look at Duga on the high side. He hangs on, and he will win the Dave's Auto V6 opening heat. Getting ready for Central Fabricating. 4 cylinders making their way out for heat number 1. Let's have a look at your lineup for heat number 1 in the Central Fabricating 4 cylinders. On the inside row, Jay Moulton in the 10M alongside, that's Tyler LaFontaine in the 96T. Fabio Oliveri lines up 3rd on the grid alongside Courtney Kokerick. On the inside of row number 3, it's Braden Cuse. Sean Iftati from Welland in the 38S starts 6th. And on the final row, we've got Donald Deagle, and scheduled to go off was the 34 of Randy Alway. Don't see him out on the racetrack right now. Once again, field getting ready to fire at the cone in 4, side by side. Look how tight they are. Moulton and LaFontaine. Green flag in the air. Slow start. Moulton brings him in real slow. And LaFontaine takes advantage as he edges out in front, going on to the high side of 1 and 2. LaFontaine in that black 96 gets out by about a car length down the back straightaway. Fabio Oliveri through to third, and then they're 3 wide behind them for fourth. The 38S of Iftani is in the middle of a sandwich right now with Kokoric on the outside and the 7B of Q's in the bug on the inside. LaFontaine leads, but Moulton starting to look to the inside, trying to find a way past the black 96 of LaFontaine. Top two starting to break away. Oliveri trying to hang with them, starting to drop back. Meanwhile, the battle for fourth has started to settle down. Cuse is through to fourth, Iftani to fifth. As Kokoric has dropped back a little bit. Meanwhile, up at the front, the battle's still on for the lead. Moulton not letting LaFontaine get away as we're halfway. Field is crossed fully for the halfway mark on this one. LaFontaine trying to lead flag to flag after taking the lead into one. Moulton on the outside. Moving up the racetrack now, seeing if he can find anything down the back straightaway. Still about a half car length the advantage. As we get ready to see the white flag, LaFontaine moves up out of 4, and that allows Moulton to close right up. One more to go in heat number 1 in the Central Fabricating 4 cylinders. Tyler LaFontaine still leads. Moulton, we'll see if he gets aggressive here and tries to go for the win of this heat. Not sure he's close enough to make a move. Tries to cut to the inside. He's going to get alongside LaFontaine, but at the line, LaFontaine by about a quarter car length over Moulton and Oliveri. Let's have a look at heat number 2 in these Central Fabricating 4 cylinders. Starting on pole in this one, Brian Abe in the 5, alongside Dylan Lord in the 13. Then it's Lyle White from Oshweekon in the 62. Danny Worcester from Niagara Falls in the 44. Starting 5th, Anthony Dortono in the 71 JR. And then it's Matt Christie in the 53. Kyle Rothwell in the 114 will round out the field in this one. Green flag in the air. The 13 away in that green, purple, and black truck. Kind of almost looks like the Gravedigger monster truck or something. Cool looking scheme on the 13 this year as the trucks start to break away from the pack. Rothwell wasting no time trying to get up through the field. He's already made his way past Worcester. Now up to 4th and has his sights set on the 71. Lord leads over Abe in the 5, the 71 junior. And look at Rothwell trying to make up some time on the high side and working the crossover move down the front stretch as the two Volkswagens go to battle down into 1 and 2, excuse me. Battle for third. Give it to Rothwell. Rothwell moves up. Top 4 again have broken away in this one. Trucks lead, but how long is the question as we see halfway at the tower this time. Kyle Rothwell trying to work to the inside of Abe now. Ooh, that's a little tight. Coming up off the corner. Abe gaps it by about a quarter car length. Now look at Rothwell look to the outside. The 114 is dialed in already this season. Looked real good last year. Rob's transmission back on the side of that race car again. Working around the 5 of Abe. Abe trying to challenge, not letting him get away. As we're going to see the white flag this time. Does Rothwell have enough time to catch the 13? Maybe, because that was a bit of a sketchy corner from the 13 of Lord. Lord in the SOS towing 13. Trying to hold off a hard-charging Kyle Rothwell to win this heat. Rothwell all over the back of the 13 truck of Lord to the high side. And the long side. Oh, they're making contact at the line. Wow. What a finish in that one as Lord looked like he got loose coming up off of 4. Rothwell tried to find a way up by on the outside. Give that one to the truck. Dylan Lord hangs on. Final heat here of the Central Fabricating 4 cylinders. Starting on pole, Olivier Larocque in the 91 alongside the 5K. That's Kenny Hare of Fawn Hill. Leroy Buscombe in the 71 will start on the inside of row 2 alongside of Jordan Denobriga from Port Colborne. Then Ray Sorrenzia in the 71C on the inside of row 3. Then it's Alex Riley from Fenwick in the 19. And John Lubick from Port Colborne, Ontario rounds out the field in the 14L. Green flag in the air, and what has been a racy bunch of heats thus far. We'll see what happens in this one. Larocque out to an early advantage. Hare under fire for second from the 71. That's Buscombe trying to find a way by as Hare now starts the challenge for the lead. Three wide battle for the lead. Hare thought about it, couldn't make alongside Larocque as they work into one. Ooh, Buscombe, big entry there, and that's going to cost him on the exit of the corner as Kenny Hare is going to get by for second. All right, top 4 have now started to settle down as look at Alex Riley in the 19 starting to peek through, filling in for Hannah Rothwell, who was injured and unfortunately couldn't race tonight. Larocque and Hare go battling for the front row. Hare trying to work to the inside now as we get ready to see halfway at the line. Hare underneath Larocque. Larocque is going to lead that one by about a half car length or so. Hare still trying to challenge as they're 3 wide for 4th place now as Riley's dropped back in that 19. Top 3 gone away in this one. Larocque, oh, slow entry to the corner is going to cost him as Hare's going to squeak by on the inside. It looks like Larocque might have a problem. Larocque is slowing down the front stretch. Big problems for Larocque. Tough break. Mechanical issues are going to end his heat early, and Kenny Hare looks like he's going to get away with this one cleanly. Oh, as we get a yellow flag for Larocque, not able to make it back to the pits under power, and that will bring the yellow flag out for the first time tonight. Single file restart. The 5K of Kenny Hare can get things started anywhere between the scoreboard in the middle of 3 and 4 and that orange cone on the exit of 4 where they start the initial start of the race. Going to be a tight single file restart here. Does anybody have anything for Hare? We'll see if Leroy Buscombe, who was racy early in this one, can make a challenge. Green flag in the air. Lubick trying to find a way by Buscombe down into 1. Nothing doing there as Buscombe opens the door, though, for the 14L, and that's going to allow Kenny Hare to get away. White flag in the air. Kenny Hare starting to run away with this one as we got a car spinning on the backside of 4. Gets it going, though. That's the 34. That's Randy Allway, who was supposed to be in heat number 1 and substituted to heat number 3. But it's all Kenny Hare now. Takes that 5K Cooper Motorsports ride to the win early in this one in heat number 3. Rona Deutsch modified lights. Getting ready to go. Here's heat number 1, how they're rolling off. It's RJ Pitts from Port Colborne in the 26 on pole, starting alongside of Dylan Slider. Then it's Randy Giroux in the 24. Brent Bigelow in the 16 on the outside of Giroux. Row number 3, Jeffrey May in the 23 and Sean Iftati in the 27. And starting shotgun on the field will be Tim Anderson in the 15. Green flag in the air. Look at Bigelow trying to make it aggressive. Slow start for Giroux, it looked like, potentially. But somehow Giroux through to second. Good corner for Giroux as he kind of laid back on the start. But now under fire from May and Bigelow. Pitts is away with the lead. RJ Pitts. Pitts, Giroux, May, Bigelow. And then Iftati in the newly bright 27. Can't miss those orange letters this year. Randy Giroux trying to find the outside. Can't get alongside Pitts, and now we'll have to play defense into 1 as look at May. A little bit of debris fell off. I think that might have been like a plug for a tire or something. We stay green. Pitts still leads. Giroux. May goes wide. That opens the door for Bigelow at the line. I see Fluid Power 16 of Brent Bigelow through to 3rd place as May trying to mount a challenge on the outside. But Bigelow has his sights set on 2nd. It might be a 3-car battle for 2nd here before long. Giroux gets a little loose. That opens the door for Bigelow. Sideways is Giroux. Brent Bigelow trying to find a way. May has gotten by both of them now on the outside. Look at Jeffrey May in the 23. What a move on the outside through 1 and 2 to get 2nd and 3rd place. White flag in the air. Jeffrey May. Does he have anything for RJ Pitts? Look at the outside move. This is far from done. RJ Pitts hasn't been challenged since the first one. The first lap, he got away clean. Now he's got 1 corner to try to hold off Jeffrey May. He can't do it. It's going to be side by side. Jeffrey May is going to get him at the line. Jeffrey May in the 23 wins Heat 1 of the Rona Deutsch Building Center's Mod Lights. Wheel cover getting picked up on the top side by the CAA tow truck. And we'll get ready to go for heat number 2 in the Rona Deutsch Modified Lights. Starting on pole, it's Chris Watson from the Falls in the 07, alongside of Josh Slider in the 17 and from Port Colborne. Ryan Anderson's in the 44. Starting alongside will be Sean Slider in the 09. Then it's Riley Slider in the 6S, starting 5th on the inside of row 3. Tyler Winger on the outside of row number 3 in the 4. Shotgun on the field will be from Dunville, Dave Cornish in the 291. Green flag in the air. Watson and Slider lead him. Tough start for Anderson as he slows up the entire inside line. That opens the door for Winger to start moving up from the outside of row number 3. Slider gets away with the lead after turn 2. Down the back straightaway. Slider trying to check out on the field early in this one. Oh, the 09. Oh, big slide for the 09. Yellow flag is out for the 09. Sean Slider got a little sideways, a little too sideways up off of 4 and put it into the go-kart track, and we go yellow. Green flag back in the air. A little bit of a squirrely start from Winger there on the inside. Looked like he almost clipped the inside wall, but it's so dry at the bottom of turn 4 there. The car just kind of dug in as Watson's pulled alongside of Slider into 3. Watson up on the high side trying to find the wet stuff and get that car turned. Slider on the inside still leads it. Watson and Winger in hot pursuit. Big move from Watson up on the high side. Chris Watson trying to find a way by Josh Slider, who, when it comes to modified lights, this guy wins pretty much everything and anything here at Merrittville. Another great year in 2020. We'll see what 2021 brings for Josh Slider, as Watson has now had to drop back about a car length as we get ready to come to 2 laps to go in the final heat of the Rona Deutsch Building Center Mod Lights. Top 3 have broken away, all single file, separated by about a car length each. Then the 09 of Sean Slider is rebounded to 4th. Anderson runs 5th in the 44. Riley Slider and Cornish. White flag. Oh, Winger's around on the high side. Anderson spins to avoid him. That's going to bring out the yellow as the field was coming to the white flag, but didn't get there. Tyler Winger loops it up in the high side. Anderson around 2. Going to be 1 to go when the field goes back racing. It'll be a single file restart. Does Chris Watson have anything for Josh Slider? And how about Sean Slider? A couple laps ago, he was pointed into the go-kart track, and now up to 3rd with a chance to try to steal this heat. Watson right up on the back bumper of Slider, but Slider gets the jump. Josh Slider away with the lead early on the white flag lap here. Watson trying to reel him back in, but also play defense from Sean Slider. Josh Slider works the middle groove up to the high side, trying to keep it straight. Checkers are in the air. Josh Slider takes heat number 2 in the Rona Deutsch Building Center's Mod Lights, followed by Watson, Sean Slider, and getting ready for our Hoosier stocks. We got 3 heats tonight, starting with heat number 1. Steve Shaw Sr. in the 96 will start on pole alongside Zach Bleach in the 108. Then it's Barry Beck Jr. in the 01 Junior on the inside of row number 2. Then Ron Loggy from Burlington, Ontario in the 97 on the outside. Kevin Knapp in the 33 will start 5th on the grid alongside the 93K of Mike Klazinga. Rob Disher in the 17 starts 7th. Then Mark Fawcett and Spencer Smolders rounding out the field. And we'll get ready to go racing next time. Shaw Sr. and Bleach will lead them to green. Field fires together. Let's see if the Merlin Magician has any magic in heat number 1. Steve Shaw Sr. out to the lead early. The 01 of Beck Jr. trying to battle alongside Bleach for 2nd place. Trying to get through. Oh, a little bit of contact. Klazinga trying to hold on to it. Looks like everybody's going to get away clean, but that was almost a big stack up in the high side of 3 and 4. Meanwhile, back up at the front of the pack, Shaw leads over the 01. Barry Beck Jr. trying to hang on to 2nd. Bleach trying to look to challenge on the inside as a 33 of Knapp runs 4th. Top 5 all single file. Battles on about 6th place on the grid. Shaw leads. Barry Beck Jr. still 2nd. Klazinga, lots of damage. Not sure if that happened in that first lap incident or if my car was already a little bit beat up, but a little bit of a fender rub on the front side of Klazinga's ride. Getting ready to go halfway here. Steve Shaw Sr. in control of this one. Mike's delivery on the side of the ride on that one. Then it's Beck Jr., Bleach, Knapp, and the 17 of Disher. Good to see Robbie Disher back in a newly painted ride. Do kind of miss the old school Dale Earnhardt Wrangler scheme that Disher used to kind of run, but exclusive imprint on the side of that 17, definitely making the car look sharp. Meanwhile, Shaw starting to really stretch things out at the front of the pack. Shaw going to see 2 to go at the stand this time. Steve Shaw Sr. leads by about a half straightaway in this one. It's all Steve Shaw. Ooh, a little bit of smoke off the Disher machine. Not sure if there was contact or maybe something sour in the engine there, but Disher appears not to be smoking anymore, so we'll keep an eye on that. And we'll keep an eye on the front as Steve Shaw Sr. still continues to lead. Shaw in complete control of this one. It's Shaw, Beck Jr., Bleach, Knapp, and Disher, your top 5. Coming out of 4, Steve Shaw Sr., the Merlin Magician, has a little magic in heat number 1 and takes the win. Getting ready for Heat 2 in the Hoosier stocks now. Let's have a look at the lineup. Kyle Wirt from Ancaster in the 19 starts on pole. Then it's Brian General in the 13.5 starting alongside on the outside of row number 1. Casey Huffman from Brantford starts on the inside of row number 2, and then it's Ryan Beagle in the 84 RK. Bryce Richardson in the 16 will start 5th from Port Colborne, Ontario, and then on the outside of him, that's Evan Curtis in the 2 Easy Ride. Chris Hale is in the 79. Go Fast Teeple in the 11 will start 8th. And rounding out the field here, the 48C of Colton Lane. Green flag in the air. Kyle Wirt away early in this one with a great restart, but the field starts to catch him pretty quick. Wirt trying to gap the 13 of Huffman as they work down the back straightaway. Hale on the outside. That'll be a car to watch. The 79. Chris Hale, always a contender here. Sharp looking ride on the 2 Easy. That's Evan Curtis. Kyle Wirt leads by about a half straightaway. Battles on for 2nd. Huffman has it. Hale wants it. Down on the inside. Chris Hale trying to work around the 13 of Huffman, but now he's got to shut the doors. The 84 RK of Ryan Beagle trying to find a way by. Side by side, up off of 2. All this battling for 2nd is allowing Wirt to get away. That 19 of Kyle Wirt looks pretty stout thus far. Hale still working over Huffman as Beagle has moved up to the top side, and it's going to be a 3-wide battle down into 1. Look at this. Beagle trying to find a way by on the outside. Huffman still holds the middle strong. Huffman, Hale, and Beagle 3 wide down into 3. Going to be 2 wide coming up off the corner. Maybe still 3 wide. Wow, what a battle. Hale is through. Huffman and Beagle made some contact. You're going to want to watch the right front of Huffman. That 13 may have a tire rub from some contact with Beagle. We'll keep an eye on it. Problem for the 48C in front of the leaders here. Yellow flag is out. Slow car on the outside. That's going to get right in the way of Beagle. Colton Lane in the 48C has a problem and brings the 48C to a rest on the high side of 1. Green flag back in the air, and Kyle Wirt turns him loose. Hale trying to make a challenge quickly. Huffman dropping back as Teeple trying to make a challenge in the back in that 11. Chris Hale, does he have anything for Kyle Wirt? Wirt works to the inside. Hale runs a little higher up, about a half lane higher. That opens the door for Beagle. Look at Ryan Beagle trying to challenge for second to the inside of the 79. Kyle Wirt in the 13. He still leads by a couple car lengths over Beagle, who now trying to take over second cleanly from Hale. He's going to do it as they come to the white flag. And look at Go Fast Teeple work his way up and starting to challenge for a top 3 spot in that orange 11 ride. It's all Kyle Wirt up at the front. Kyle Wirt trying to hang on from Ancaster, Ontario. He will do it. The 19. Oh, Hale's around in front of Teeple. That's going to shuffle up the top 3 as Chris Hale goes around in 4. Wirt, Beagle, Teeple, Huffman, and Hale. That's your top 5 after that incident between Go Fast Teeple, I believe, in the 11 may have turned the 79. Green flag in the air for heat number 3. Clinton Nichols leads him to the green, and now that's Jason Fontaine in the 1J trying to challenge for the lead. Look at this one. 3 wide for about second. Oh, 4 cars now into the bubbles. Look at the 53 shot out of a cannon. Logan Schwedek trying to make a challenge on the inside as they work up off of 4. The Fawns to the lead. And then it's a 53 and Pelrine in the 47. Now we're going 3 wide again for the lead as Fonzie's got 2 to the inside. Jason Fontaine trying to hold on to the lead. Look at Schwedek in the 53. That car is dialed in so far. Still 3 wide for the lead. Look at this. Great racing from the Hoosier stocks. Give the lap to Jason Fontaine, though. He hangs on to it. Now trying to get to the inside is Pelrine. Top 3 still trying to jockey for position, and Clinton Nichols in the 43s lurking there as well. Schwedek working the outside of Pelrine. Pelrine working the inside of the 1J, and we got a car around up on the inside of turn 3 and 4. That's going to bring out a caution. Reports of debris on the backstretch as well, so might take a second here to get everything cleaned up. 1 and 4, that almost looks more pink from my view. Can't really tell, though. Fontaine, Pelrine, Schwedek, Clinton Nichols in the 43C. Green flag in the air. The 7X has rejoined the pack after a quick pit stop. I believe he may have been the other car involved with the 96 of Todd Shaw. Schwedek trying to find a way by Jason Fontaine. Can't quite do it yet. Pelrine still trying to hang on to second on the outside of Schwedek. Yellow flag, and the 44 is around. That's Rob General in the 44. Looks like some fluid out of the back of that race car as well, potentially. Fontaine, your leader, has control over the field. Pelrine trying to make something happen on the outside. Look at Nichols and Schwedek trying to stick their noses into this one, as this one is far from over. Fontaine slides up the racetrack. That opens the door for Pelrine. Pelrine trying to get through in the middle, but Schwedek is there on the bottom as well. We're 3 wide for the lead once again. Great racing from the Hoosier stocks already this evening. Pelrine to the inside. Schwedek to the outside. Fontaine drops to 3rd. They're side by side for the lead. Fontaine's not done yet as he looks to the middle for the lead. Pelrine can't quite get up off the corner. That allows Schwedek to maybe clear down into 3 and 4. Coming to 2 to go. Schwedek slides up the racetrack. Pelrine works to the bottom. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 to go. Pelrine just can't quite get up off the corner to clear Schwedek. Schwedek running the high side. Pelrine down on the bottom. Fontaine runs the middle, and Nichols is still there in the 43. Schwedek White flag in the air. Schwedek is leading. Logan Schwedek in control of this one. A little puff of smoke. That might have been off the 43. You can't quite tell. Might even be off the 47. But Schwedek is away with this one. Checkers are in the air. It's Logan Schwedek who comes away with a great battle in heat number 3 in the Hoosier stocks. Original start, trying it again. And the 05, look at Murray, all kinds of sideways down the front stretch. That time, Bailey's able to stay with Rieg, and he will take the lead on the high side of 2. Murray trying to take over second now. Murray and Bailey have had many a classic battle here at Merrittville in the Hoosier stocks. And it looks like this heat might be the beginning of their 2021 friendly rivalry getting going. Bailey and Murray are top 2. Field starting to spread out. Bailey, Murray, Rieg. Plazik in the 41, Bomberry in the 24. That's your top 5. Rieg up way on the high side. That's going to open the door for Plazik to try to catch up. Can't quite get there that time, up off of 2. Meanwhile, Murray and Bailey have broken away. Bailey rowing the moat in the Brewster Baker 49 Queenston Chev machine. Rob Murray in the M1, however, keeping in tow. Wouldn't be surprised if Murray was saving a little something for the feature. Wouldn't be surprised if Bailey was saving a little something for the feature. Battles on. Bomberry trying to challenge for 4th now in the Nitro 54-24 ride, looking to the inside of Plazik, trying to take over that 4th spot. Top 3 single file, battles on for 4th. Bomberry trying to take it from Plazik. Bailey, Murray, Rieg. Oh, car around. That's the 55 on the inside of the turn 3 and 4. Burger Barn ride loops it. Thorne in the 55 loops it on the inside, trying to get that going again. Lineup looks good. It's Bailey, Murray, Pete Reed, Plazik, Bomberry, tough break for Thorne, who is running 6th. Green flag back in the air. Look at Bailey and Murray lead them right down on the bottom side of the racetrack out of 4. Bailey leads by about a quarter of a car length, now trying to stretch it out to a full car length down the back straightaway over Rob Murray. Bailey, Murray, Reed coming to 2 laps to go in this one. Bailey in complete control. The M1 of Rob Murray, though, not going away yet. Top 2 have broken away from the field in this one. Bomberry still working over Plazik for 4th. Works to the inside of Plazik. Leaders see the white flag as the battle's on for about 4th place. Bailey rowing the moat. Bailey, Murray, Reed, Bomberry, and Plazik side by side for 4th. One more set of corners. Can Bailey hang on? Bailey goes to the high side. Murray to the middle. Dave Bailey is going to win heat number 4 in the Hoosier stocks. All right, take a look at the starting lineup here. Ryan Ferry is in the 1F on pole alongside of Jay Mallory. Brandon Gruhl from St. Catharines, Ontario in the 35G will start third, and then it's Terry Smith in the 22, Emily Pocholski in the 12P, Greg Penunte in the 99P, Curtis Friesen in the 68 on the high side, and that's Dave Flanagan, the 74, who's joined in at the end of the lineup. Green flag in the air. Mallory working the high side, trying to take the lead away from Ferry in the 1. Ferry and Mallory side by side. Oh, awfully tight going into 3 and 4. Oh, the Smith 22 gets way loose. Squirrely regathers it. Oh, maybe not regathers it. Oh, contact in the back. The 12P and the 22 of Smith come together as the Smith machine just chopped right off the front side of the 12P of Pocholski. Everybody's still racing, though. Up at the front, it's Mallory trying to take over the lead, trying to find the inside line by now, Ferry. Ferry in the 1F. Up on the high side. Look at Greg Penunte trying to find a way by. Top 4 breaking away in this one. Mallory, Ferry, Gruhl hangs on to third. Greg Penunte trying to find a way by on the outside. So we see halfway this time. Ferry, Gruhl, Mallory. Gruhl trying to take away second from Mallory. Can't quite do it as Ferry's got that Rick's Delivery Sportsman working up on the high side real well through 1 and 2. Mallory trying to shut the door on Gruhl. Can't do it. Mallory's going to chase it up the racetrack, and that should allow Gruhl to get by and clear the 20, and he does. Brandon Gruhl through to second. Ferry, Gruhl, Mallory, Penunte. Top 4 breaking away in this one. Coming to 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks in the air. Ferry in the United Rentals 1F. Trying to hang on to this one. Mallory now trying to play defense from Greg Penunte in the 99P, who came out of the gates real strong in the Sportsman last year. We'll see how 2021 is too. Greg Penunte, white flag in the air. Ferry, Gruhl, Mallory, Penunte. Top 4, nose to tail, spreading out through 1 and 2. Time for one more challenge on Ferry. Does Gruhl have enough to find a way by? Does Ferry make a mistake? Ferry up on the high side. He'll take the checkers over Gruhl, Mallory, and Greg Penunte. The 22 of Smith hangs on for 5th. Rusty on the starts of these things, but it's a good thing we're getting it all out of the way. Now we'll see what Fairway and Penunte can do as they get ready to fire together at the orange cone. Green flag in the air. That one looked like a much cleaner start. Fairway gets away with the lead in the Posner Metals machine. Dumont trying to challenge on the inside of Penunte, but look at Penunte. Wound it up on the outside, and now challenges for the lead down into 3 and 4. The 66 of Penunte slides way up the racetrack. Can he hang on to it? It's going to cost him a whole bunch of time as he's no longer challenging for the lead. Dumont looked like he may have a tire going soft. I'm not sure if there was some contact there with the 66P. We'll watch it as he comes back around on the right side. Fairway with the lead. Yeah, that tire still looks like it's up. All right, Dumont's okay. He falls back to 4th place. Bleach now battling alongside Penunte for 2nd. Give the spot to Billy Bleach Jr. in the 108. Fairway, Bleach, Penunte, Dumont, Pocholski, your top 5 right now as they run. Field's starting to get a little spread out. Penunte trying to hold off Dumont. Mitch Dumont in the 28 SOS towing ride out of Welland. Works to the inside alongside Jeff Penunte in the Dandy Curb 66P. Up at the front, it's all Darryl Fairway in the 53 ride. But don't look now because Billy Bleach Jr. is starting to close in that Mike Knapp Ford. Beautiful ride for Billy Bleach Jr. this year. Hopefully keeps it clean throughout the year and maybe parks it in victory lane a couple times. Top 2 have broken away from the field as the field is approaching 2 to go at the stripe this time. Look at Bleach peek his nose on the inside of Fairway. Bleach all over the back of fairway, down into 1 and 2. Out of 2. Fairway is going to stretch things out a little bit. Bleach closes back in through 3 and 4. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go. Looks like fairway is a little better through 1 and 2. But Bleach is better through 3 and 4. That time Bleach not letting fairway get away. Down the front back straightaway. Bleach closes in one last time. Does he have anything for Daryl Fairway? Side by side at the line. Give that one to Fairway by my eyes. We'll see what the scoring says. But I'm pretty sure Daryl Fairway got it. Yep, we got the nod from the scorers. That is Daryl Fairway hanging on over Billy Bleach Jr. and Daryl Fairway. Now let's see if Noah Mamo in the 3N from Ridgeway, Ontario can hang on to his nice track position. Mamo looks like he needed a little help getting the car rolling. See if they can get that one fired and he can rejoin. Mamo was scheduled to go on pole. We'll see if he can get it fired and go off pole. If not, Brad Rouse in the 18R will start. Looks like a tough break for the 3N is now, the 3N is parked on the inside. Brad Rouse is in the 18R. Brent Bigelow has moved up in the 16. Things are a little choppy, so once they get everybody into the right order, we will announce the lineup. All right, with the problems for Mamo, everybody on the inside row is going to move up one spot, which means Cameron Lane in the 24C will start from pole alongside Brad Rouse. Then Brent Bigelow on the inside of row number 2 alongside Rob Knapp in the 2K. Then Taylor Vanderzanden moves up to the inside of row number 3 alongside John Babion. And we'll see if Mamo can get going. Doesn't look like he will. Green flag in the air. Tough start for Lane as Bigelow all over the back of him. Lane drops back. Rouse gets away with the lead. Brent Bigelow trying to find a way through to the lead through 1 and 2. Can't do it. Rouse out to an early advantage. Brad Rouse in the 18. Always strong in the Sportsman. But Brent Bigelow not letting him get away. Bigelow. Rouse battle for the lead. Then it's Knapp who controls third. Rouse leads from Bigelow. Oh, Knapp loops it in front of the field. Everybody seems to get by cleanly. Oh, Lane gets caught up in it. Looks like Knapp kind of just lost it by himself. And Lane unfortunately gets caught up in things and finds himself with the worst of all of it. Green flag. Rouse gets a great jump as he kind of launched straight and forces Bigelow wide, which opens the door for Vanderzanden in the Robar Center 74. Then look at Knapp trying to make up some time after that spin. He's already gotten by the 62. He's up to 4th. Meanwhile, at the front, it's all Brad Rouse as of right now. Vanderzanden and Bigelow battling. Smoke. No, it looks like it was just maybe just some dust and then some glare on the 16. I thought I saw a little bit of smoke, but he pushed it wide and allowed Vanderzanden to get by. And now Knapp trying to battle as Brent Bigelow went from challenging to the lead, now trying to hold on to third. Up at the front, Brad Rouse leads by, call it 4 car lengths. Side by side for second, the 74 of Vanderzanden. Bigelow in the 16 now challenging for second. He's regathered things. 2 laps to go. Brent Begelow's through to second. Does he have anything to run down the 18 of Brad Rouse? Rouse leads over Begelow. Vanderzand and Knapp. White flag in the air. All Brad Rouse in this one. Rouse leads it by about a half a straightaway over Brent Begelow in the Seminex SO16. Checkers are in the air. Brad Rouse takes heat number 3 in the Rick's Delivery Sportsman. Just a reminder, race fans, that there is no vaping or smoking, and if you do wish to smoke or vape, please head to the smoking section between the concession and novelty stands out back. Remember, no vaping or smoking in the grandstands. Let's have a look at what the starting lineup should be in heat number 4. We got Jordan Costco in the 17C, who will start on the inside of row number 1. Then Adam Leslie in the 15, scheduled to go alongside. Then it's James Friesen in the 72, the 7 of McPherson. Then the 23N of Nathan Peaty. And the 8S of Sharp. And now we got Dave Mamo in the 3M at the back. Friesen's through to the lead through the first corner. Tough break for Costco. Oh, Costco maybe has no brakes. Big problems for Costco as he tried to turn and the car just went straight, and now he finds himself parked on the embankment in 3 and 4, just below the Bobcat of Hamilton sign. Not where Jordan Costco wanted to find himself. This 3rd time's a charm. That looked pretty good. All right, we'll take it. Bobcat of Hamilton machine for Friesen is through to the lead early. Leslie settles into second, trying to play defense for McPherson in the 7. And Sharp trying to find a way through on the high side. Friesen leads early. He's stretching things out over Leslie. Sharp trying to find a way by on the outside in the Blue Moon Potatoes ride. Then McPherson in the 7. Friesen leading by half a straightaway. Has checked out in this one. Leslie and Sharp battle side by side. That got awfully close as the Sterling Lubricants Bob St. Amand ride for Leslie. Gets a little squirrely, and now we'll drop back because look at McPherson in the 7 on the high side. Willard towing on the side of McPherson's ride tonight. Friesen in complete control of this one. JMF, the Bobcat of Hamilton 72, leads them by about a half straightaway as he's out for a Saturday night cruise. Tight racing is Sharp and McPherson almost come together up off a 4. Battles on for second. McPherson trying to hang on. Sharp's going to clear on the outside. McPherson trying to make a challenge back on the inside. Cody McPherson trying to take over second. Mamo is pulled into the pits. Dave Mamo brings the 3 Mamo ride in. And now Friesen sees white flag in the air and what has been started out as a chaotic heat. Costco and Petey trying to battle at the back of the pack. Up at the front through 3 and 4. It's all JMF in the 72. Checkers are in the air. James Friesen wins it over Sharp, McPherson, and Leslie. All right, as we get ready for heat number 1 in the S&W Service Center 358 Modifieds, it's Lindbergh in the 37, Gary Lindbergh on pole, alongside Todd Gordon. Freddie Carlton in the 96, Dalton Slack in the 3RS, Williamson, Podwinski, Tanner Podwinski, and Boyd McTavish rounds out the field. Look at Matt Williamson wasting no time trying to find a way through. The 72 runs a bit wide in the back. Lindbergh leads early. Williamson, Gordon, Carlton, and Slack, your top 5. A lot of heavy hitters in the modifieds in this one. Lindbergh looking to defend track champion. And then it's Matt Williamson, Todd Gordon, and Freddie Carlton trying to challenge for 4th on the inside of Gordon. Lindbergh, Williamson's gotten through to 2nd, and now trying to find a way to catch up to Lindbergh, who's out, as we see, halfway this time. Gary Lindbergh dialed in on the high side. Williamson works the extreme bottom line. Track already looking awfully slick. Cars searching for moisture, trying to find a place where they run good. Lindbergh works the bottom line through 3 and 4. Now goes back to the high side. Williamson's moved up, trying to follow the same line that Lindbergh's been running, trying to get that 6 to work on the inside and the outside. 2 laps to go. It's Lindbergh. Still leads over Williamson. Fast Freddie Carlton's gotten through to 3rd. Then it's Gordon. Slack. Battle at the line between the 72 and 41, but up at the front. White flag is in the air for Gary Lindbergh in the 37S. Can Gary Lindbergh hold off Matt Williamson for one more lap? Lindbergh looking strong once again, as always, and so does Matt Williamson. Down into 3 and 4 one last time. Lindbergh hangs it out on the outside, and he'll see the checkered flag. Gary Lindbergh wins heat number 1 for this S&W Service Center 358 mods. In the 2X, Mark Delario will start 3rd in the 8. Then it's Chad Chevalier in the 12 who starts 6th. On the inside of row number 4, rounding out the field, Derek Van Mill in the Too Cool ride. Green flag in the air. The 15J of Jones gets away. Bowman trying to make a challenge on the outside, but now we'll have to play defenses. Look at Stiers trying to come through. Stiers and Neal side by side. Oh, maybe a bit of contact. That looked close. Stiers through to 3rd. Neal trying to find a way by. Bowman, meanwhile, making a challenge for the lead as they work through 1 and 2. Jones still has it. Bowman wants it. Down into 3 and 4. Mike Bowman has looked strong in the last season here at Merrittville. What has he got this year? Looks like going to be a strong 71 car for him this year. Tim Jones holding him off so far. Jones in the 15J trying to win from pole. Bowman has crisscrossed now as Jones works the bottom, and Bowman to the outside. Glenn Stiers is there in 3rd. Top 3 single file as of right now. Neal in the 08 battling. That's Delario in the 08 trying to get to the inside of Tom Neal. Meanwhile, up at the front, the Bicknell Racing Products 15J of Tim Jones making some great laps up on the high side through 1 and 2. Then comes down into 3 and 4, cuts to the middle, cuts to the bottom. Bowman, nothing doing right now. 2 laps to go in this one. 2 laps to go for Tim Jones in the 15J. Then it's Bowman, Stiers, Chevalier, and Delario have gotten by Neal at the back of the pack. Jones still leads by a couple car lengths over Bowman. White flag in the air. Tim Jones trying to lead it flag to flag in this one as we work heat number 2 of the S&W Service Center 358 Modifieds. Tim Jones is going to wrap up the checkered flag over Bowman, Stiers. Chevalier trying to find a way around on the outside. He does. Chad Chevalier takes 4th, and Delario rounds out your top 5. Number 3 in the S&W Service Center 358 Modifieds. Starting on pole in that throwback 42, Pete Bignell alongside Austin Wood in the 1XP on the outside. Then it's Trevor Wright in the 09. On the outside of Wright, it will be Dylan Davidson in the 73. Scott Wood in the 38 starts 5th. Tyler Willard in the 777 will start 6th. And then Shane Pierce in the 88 starts shotgun on the field in this one. Putting on a little bit of a drifting exhibition as he goes underneath the finish line. Green flag in the air. Pete McNell leads him across the stripe. Look at Scott Wood with a great jump looking to the inside of the 09, and Davidson's forced to the way outside and will drop back a couple spots. McNell through to the lead. Then the 1XP of Austin Wood. Scott Wood now trying to challenge Austin Wood in the 38. Look at Scott Wood. That 38 has been dialed in. Looked real strong at Test and Tune Night a couple of weeks ago, and now we'll see if he's got anything to challenge Pete Bignell in the 42. Up on the way outside. Look at Pierce trying to hang on to it. Rose the moat a little bit. Yep, he will do it. Willard Concrete and Trucking on the side of Shane Pierce. Pete Bignell in control of this one over Wood. Austin Wood battling with the 777 of Tyler Willard. Willard working the inside underneath that 1XP. Scott Wood, meanwhile, trying to reel in the 42 for the lead. Halfway this time. 4 in, 4 to go. Pete Bignell in the 42 in control so far. Battles on for 3rd. Willard still trying to take it away from the Austin Wood 1XP machine. Scott Wood, meanwhile, in the 38, trying to find a way to catch Pete Bignell. The 38 works to the high side now. Henderson's Pharmacy on the outside. Coming to 2 laps to go. Look at Scott Wood. He's got the momentum on the outside. He goes to the outside of Pete Bignell. Pete running that traditional low line. Mr. Small Block trying to hang on to the lead in this one. Meanwhile, Wood works to the outside. White flag is in the air. Who's going to win it? 1 lap to decide it. Wood trying to clear Bignell into 1. Can't do it that time. Has the power down on the outside, though. He will get there. Scott Wood goes to the lead on the extreme outside. Goes way wide. Pete Bignell trying to move up the track and find something. Can't do it. Scott Wood wins heat number 3 in the S&W Service Center. 358 Modifieds. Bringing him in real slow. Front row will fire together this time at the orange cone as we get ready for the B feature. Top 3 advance to the A. That's Fawcett in the 32, wasting no time trying to get to the front of this one. Top 3 do advance from this one. Fawcett. Klazinga in the 93K trying to challenge for 2nd. Looking to the inside of the 21 of Smolders. Some repairs made to the Todd Shaw 96 as he finds himself up in 4th place now. Through 3 and 4, Fawcett in the 32 still hangs on to the top spot. Then it's the 93K of Klazinga. Shaw has gotten through in the 96 to third. That's your top three as they run. It'll be an 8-lap run to the checkers here. Fawcett, Klazinga, Shaw. A little bit squirrely in the back. That's the 30 JR of Tom Pearson. Halfway this time, Fawcett leads Klazinga. Shaw still runs third, in complete control as the 21 of Smolder starts to fall back in the field a little bit further. Fawcett, Klazinga trying to find a way around on the outside now. Shaw is starting to make a challenge for second. Fawcett's in his own zip code right now, which is fine. That's where he wants to be, nice and comfortable at the front of this one. Trying to find his way into the main show tonight for the Hoosier Stocks. Two laps to go. Mark Fawcett in the 32 leads Klazinga, who got some damage in the heat a little earlier, as did Shaw in his heat. Todd Shaw trying to reel in Klazinga and make it interesting for second. Can't do it yet. White flag in the air. It's been all Mark Fawcett from the drop in this one. Got a great start, took advantage of it, and has been out front ever since. Fawcett, Klazinga, Shaw look to be your top three. One more set of corners to negotiate cleanly, and those three will be advancing. Fawcett, Klazinga, and Shaw. We will see you later tonight. You should see the 13.5 of Brian General alongside Mike Thorne in the 55. Then it's the 2 Easy of Evan Curtis from Port Colborne. Then Bryce Richardson, who's running out on 11. We thought it was a 16 in the first one, but he's actually running 11 tonight. Then Colton Lane in the 48C, if we do see Colton Lane. No Colton Lane as of right now. The other 48, that is Braden King from Oshweeken. And Brandon Swinson in the 96-0. Gonna go green this time. Brian General in the 13.5. Brings him in real slow alongside of Thorne. Green flag in the air. Let's see who's gonna get it done. Thorne with a good jump in the Burger Barn ride on the outside. Oh, contact. Curtis goes around off the front end of the General 13.5. Let's see if Curtis can keep it right. He does. Evan Curtis keeps it rolling. The General machine of the 13.5 is slowed right down. Meanwhile, Thorne still leads it. We stay green. Everybody gets it going the right way. Thorne leads. Then it's the 11 of Bryce Richardson and the 48 of Braden King so far. Oh, spinner on the high side of 3 and 4. Now we've got a yellow flag, as that was the 96-0 of Swinson, who loops it on the middle lane of 3 and 4. Green flag in the air. Thorne with a good restart. Look at Curtis, who looped it on the first lap. Now trying to find his way back up into the top three into one of those transfer spots. Works to the outside of King in the 48. It's the 55, the 11. The 48 of King, and here comes the 2 Easy of Evan Curtis. Curtis gets around King. As the 48 of King gets loose, trying to hang on to it. A little squirrely down into 1 and 2. Oh, another car goes around. That's the 16 of Richardson, and I'm not sure if there was contact there from the 2 or not. The 2 of Evan Curtis has been penalized for contact in that one. Looped the 16 down in 1 and will drop to the tail of the field. Green flag in the air. Thorne away with the lead in this one. Thorne, King, Richardson in the 11. Your top 3 as of right now, and those top 3 will advance if they stay that way. Thorne's checked out on this one. The 55 Burger Barn ride out in front early. Richardson will make his way around the 48 of King. Now Swinson trying to find a way on the outside to catch up to King and challenge for that 3rd and final transfer spot. The General is dropped way to the back. Brian General in the 13.5. Swinson gets loose on the high side of 4. That's going to cost him a whole bunch of time. Thorne, Richardson, King, your top 3 as of right now. Thorne continues to lead. Richardson still hanging on to 2nd. Battles on for about 4th. Battle is on. Whoa, look at Swinson. He sailed it in on the outside. Couldn't make it work. Opens the door for the 13.5. The battle is on for the final transfer spot. Who wants it? We're going to be coming to the white flag this time. Excuse me. Yep, white flag. Thorne, Richardson, King, General, Swinson. White flag in the air. Can anybody catch up to Braden King and take away that final spot? Thorne, Richardson. They're going to get away cleanly. They'll advance through as long as they can negotiate the final corners. Checkers in the air. Mike Thorne takes the win in the B feature number 2, and we'll see him later tonight, along with Bryce Richardson in the 11, and Braden King in the 48 rounds out the field. 24C of Cameron Lane. Then it'll be Curtis Friesen in the 68, Noah Mamo in the 3N, and Dave Flanagan in the 74F should round out the field. Just waiting on the 3N and the 24C to join up with the rest of the field. Here comes the 24C of Lane. Lane drops back for missing the initial grid. Top 3 from this one will advance to the feature tonight. Pachalski and Friesen will fire together at the orange cone in 4. Top 3 moving on. Green flag in the air. Look at the jump from the 74. Great restart from Flanagan. Flanagan's through to the lead and to 1. But Friesen now challenges on the outside. Pachalski hangs on to that final transfer spot in 3rd. Flanagan, Friesen, Pachalski. Your top 3 as of right now. Friesen and Flanagan still battling. Reed's haulage on the side of that 68 for Friesen. Flanagan, Friesen, side by side. Flanagan down low in the 74. Can't quite put the power down. That's going to cost him some time. Lane looking a little loose up off of 4. That's going to drop him way off the back bumper of Pachalski. Emily Pachalski in the 12 hangs on to the last spot. Friesen. Flanagan. Friesen way up on the outside trying to find some wet dirt still. Flanagan leads Friesen. Then it's Pachalski. Lane trying to reel in Pachalski. Can't quite do it yet. Halfway. Flanagan continues to lead over Friesen. Emily Pachalski with the Canadian Tire of Port Colborne on the side of that ride. The 12P hangs on to that final transfer spot. Coming to 2 laps to go. Lane starting to reel everybody in that 24C. Does he have enough time to catch up and find a way into the feature event? Flanagan starting to run away with it. He's got about a half straightaway advantage over Curtis Friesen. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Flanagan, Friesen, Pachalski trying to move on. Whoa, Lane missed the corner. Wow, that got real close as Lane tried to sail it in there, but could not get to the bumper of Pachalski. Checkers are in the air. Flanagan will hang on. Then B feature number 2 for the Rick's Delivery Sportsman. Your starting lineup. We got 4 cars in this one. Pachalski, that's Tyler Pachalski in the 21P on the front row. Then Nathan Peaty in the 23N. Dan McKay in the 13M. And Dave Mamo in the 3 Mamo rounds out the field of 4. Top 3 will advance from this one as well. This field bunched up real tight. Green flag in the air. Pachalski gets away. Peaty, McKay, Mamo. Single file after turn 2. Down into 3 and 4. It's still Tyler Pachalski in the 21P in control of this one. Dave Mamo trying to get alongside Dan McKay. Can't do it. Mamo now works to the outside groove and will start to drop back a little bit off the back bumper of the 13M. Pachalski still in control of this one. Nickel Street on the side of that 21P. Oh, Peaty is around right in front of McKay, and that's going to bring out a caution. Things look to be nice and straight, and everybody minding their P's and Q's. And McKay's ride. Peaty will now have to find a way around Dave Mamo. Both Peaty and Mamo racing out of Ridgeway, Ontario. We're going to get green this time, with Pacholski able to fire anywhere between the score clock on the inside. Pacholski gets away cleanly. Petey trying to find a way around Mamo on the outside, and will. The 23N of Nathan Petey's through back into the transfer spot. Pacholski, McKay, Petey. McKay trying to challenge for the lead of this race. Can't quite get alongside as we're halfway home. Tyler Pacholski in control of this one. Dan McKay runs second. Then it's Nathan Petey in third. Dave Mamo takes it wide on the outside of 4. That drops him way off the back bumper of Petey. Pacholski, McKay, and Petey. That's your top 3 as we run right now. 2 laps to go. Everybody trying to just keep it clean, calm, composed as we try to get to the end of this one. Dave Mamo doesn't seem to have anything for Nathan Petey tonight. White flag in the air, and nobody's got anything for Tyler Pacholski as of right now, as he takes the yellow 21P down the back straightaway for the final time in this one, looking to advance. Checkers are in the air. Tyler Pacholski in the 21P. We'll see him in later on tonight, as well as Dan McKay and Nathan Petey.
There are a lot of things in this world that are fake. Your food shouldn't be one of them. Pinty's Man Cave sausages and street dogs. Authentic food for real people. Crave the cave, friends. Pinty's Man Cave.
Early man discovered fire, but Quick Quick perfected fire. Quick Quick is the only fire starter that guarantees to start your campfire, wood stove, or fireplace without the need for kindling or paper. Find your nearest Quick Quick retailer at quickquick.com.
Let's take a look at your starting lineup tonight in the Dave's Auto V6s. On pole is going to be the 0 of John Couture from Niagara Falls. Alongside will be Josh Dimitro in the 801. Then it'll be Jordan Fiddler from Port Colborne, Ontario in the 22F. Then it's Dustin Duga in the 14D. Then starting 5th, Corey Lawton from St. Catharines, Ontario in the 64. Followed by James Small starting alongside on the outside of row number 3 in the 10. And starting shotgun on the field will be Tina Ronning in the 27. Missing the 801 right now in the 64 car. I do see some cars rolling in the back. There comes Josh Dimitro in the 801 out onto the racetrack. Corey Lawton in the 64 has rejoined at the back of the pack. Lights are out on the Merrittville Speedway pace truck. Couture and Dimitro will fire together on the orange cone in 4 this time, as we get ready to start our 70th season here at Merrittville Speedway. The Dave's Auto V6 is going to go 12 laps tonight. Green flag, it's Couture and Dimitro off together. Great start from the 14 of Duga as well as he takes it 3 wide, maybe in a little too hot as he wipes out up on the high side. Keeps it pointed straight though. We're still 3 wide for the lead. Look at the move from Fiddler. The 22F, that's Jordan Fiddler trying to find a way through Dimitro. Wow, look at the battle go. Side by side at the line. It's Dimitro running third against Duga. Leaded battle. It's Couture and Fiddler. Fiddler trying to clear Couture into 3 and 4. Can't do it this time as Couture still hangs on the outside. Crossover move. Couture can't get back to the inside. The 22F, Jordan Fiddler, is away with the lead. Jordan Fiddler leads. Couture, Dimitro, Duga. Tina Ronning trying to hang on to a top 5 spot under pressure from James Small in the 10. Fiddler continues to lead as they work lap number 3 now. Side-by-side battle for third. Maybe a little bit of contact as Duga brushes up on the door side of the 801 of Dimitro. They're going back and forth, trading paint early in this one. Fiddler trying to make the high side work. That opens the bottom lane for Couture. Can Couture get there? Not this time. John Couture, the Batman machine, trying to find a way by. The 22F continues to lead. Then it's John Couture, Duga, and the 801 of Dimitro. Fiddler continues to lead down into 1 and 2. Couture in hot pursuit. Duga, who was strong in the heat earlier, see if he has got anything to get up onto the back bumper of Couture and challenge for second. Halfway this time. Lawton and Ronning battling at the back of the pack. Duga starting to fall back into the clutches of Dimitro as Fiddler in control of this one. John Couture trying to find something on the bottom groove. Stuffs it in down low. Gets alongside for a moment, but cannot keep the momentum on Fiddler. Fiddler in control. Jordan Fiddler. John Couture in the 0. The Batman machine. Lego Batman theme on that car. Emco Waterworks on the side of the 0. Now look at John Couture. This time makes a move down into 1 and 2. Gets alongside Fiddler. Can he make it stick? They both wash up the racetrack a little bit up off of 2. Down into 3 and 4. Still side by side for the lead. John Couture has been patient. How much patience can he show as they continue to battle side by side? Fiddler, Couture, side by side, and their 2 Pontiacs down into 1 and 2. John Couture trying to find a way around Fiddler. He's been able to pull alongside now. They work down the back straightaway. Fiddler trying to pinch Couture down. Can't do it. Couture washes up the racetrack a little bit. No contact. Looks pretty clean still. Side by side. Great battle for the lead. And look at Duga slowly creep his way into the battle. That time looks like Couture is going to be able to clear Jordan Fiddler. But look at Fiddler put the power down and they're back side by side down the backstretch. Great racing in the Dave's Auto V6s tonight. Duga. Oh, contact! Duga gets into the corner of the 22F. They stay side by side. Everybody stays straight. That's going to allow Couture to get away. Duga still trying to take over second from Fiddler. Does Fiddler have enough time to clear Duga and get back to Couture? John Couture trying to find a way to hang on to this one after being so patient. White flag is in the air. White flag, 1 more lap around. John Couture, he waited patiently, took his time, and was able to hold off Jordan Fiddler. 1 more set of corners. Can Fiddler get there? Fiddler's got a mirror full of Duga. Checkers are in the air. It's John Couture. John Couture in the Batman machine. He wins the Dave's Auto in V6. 1 for here, John Couture in the Dave's Auto V6. John, you had to be real patient there with Jordan Fiddler, but the patience pays off and you end up in victory lane. Tell us about the drive tonight.
It was a decent run, nice track. It was a good competition against Jordan and us, or me. And I just want to thank everybody. It was a great race. I thank Big Marcos, Weekend Motorsports, MCO, James Small, James Auto, James for giving me a decent ride, a great ride.
Great job tonight, John Couture, your winner in the James Auto V6s here at Merrittville on night 1 of the season. B. Then we got Tyler LaFontaine alongside. Brian Abe starts on the inside of row number 2 in the 5. Then John Lubick will start 4th. Anthony Dortono in the 71 JR. Then it's Jordan Denobriga starting 6th. Dylan Lord on the inside of row number 4 in the 13. Jay Moulton in the 10M will start on the outside of row number 4. Row number 5, Kyle Rothwell in the 114 and Fabio Oliveri in the 16. Kenny Harris starts on the inside of row number 6 in the 5K. Then it's Leroy Buscombe in the 71. Sean Iftati starts on the inside of row number 7. On the outside, it's Matt Christie in the 53. Alex Riley in the 19 tonight starts on the inside of row number 8. Then it's Courtney Kokorick in the 3K. On the outside of row number 8, Lyle White starts 17th, Ray Sorenzia 18th, Donald Deagle 19th, Danny Worster 20th, Randy Alway 21st, and Olivier Larocque rounds out the field in the 91. Lights are out on the Merrittville Speedway pace truck. Cuse and LaFontaine lead them to green. Green flag is in the air. Cuse away with the lead early. LaFontaine trying to fight back in the 96 on the outside. Lots of side-by-side racing in this deep field of 22 cars, but up at the front, Cuse away with the lead. LaFontaine trying to challenge on the outside now in the 96. Cuse slides up. Oh, it got real tight. Look at Lord getting loose in the 13 truck as well. Lots of action on a squirrely lap number 1 that results in LaFontaine getting away with the lead. Now Cuse under fire from the 5 of Abe. Now look at the 71 come through. Anthony Dortono as well. Great battling, but LaFontaine is trying to get away from them all. LaFontaine, Cuse, Abe, Dortono, and look at Kyle Rothwell. Oh, car around. That's the truck of the 13 of Lord. Around in 3 and 4. That's going to bring out a yellow flag. 3 wide already as Rothwell look to the inside of the 5 truck. Rothwell. Cuse dropping back. Yellow flag out. We got one car pointed the wrong way. That's Deagle, and can't make out who the other car is. We got 2 cars around up in 1 and 2. 3 cars in total involved in that one. Originally, I saw Deagle go around, and then 2 other cars involved in that. Lights out on the pace truck. We're going to go back racing here. LaFontaine and Cuse once again on the front row. LaFontaine brings them in real slow, stacks the field up. And we're back underway. That 7 still has a right front flat. We'll see if he can make the corner as it's coming apart now. LaFontaine leads. Dortono, Rothwell, Cuse starting to drop back. Kenny Hare trying to come through. Obe. Correction, we have Worstrow in the 71 tonight. Rothwell starting to battle with LaFontaine for the lead, and the correction, that is Worstrow driving the 71 tonight. Austin Worstrow trying to mix things up. Rothwell, meanwhile, trying to find a way by on the outside. Tyler LaFontaine and Rothwell side by side down into 1 and 2. Yellow flag is out. That's Kokrick off on the high side of 3 and 4 in the ditch. Kyle Rothwell got away with the lead there, but yellow is out. Lights are out. We're going back racing. It's LaFontaine and Rothwell on the front row getting ready to fire together. Green flag in the air. Rothwell, LaFontaine. Rothwell away with the lead, but look at Kenny Hare making a challenge on the outside. Kenny Hare can't make it stick. He washes up the racetrack. Worstrow in the 71 challenging on the bottom. LaFontaine trying to hang on a second as they work down into 3 and 4. Rothwell leads. LaFontaine clears Hare. Hare drops back as he washes up the racetrack again. A little bit of jockeying for position in the back, but everyone keeps it straight. Rothwell, meanwhile, starting to stretch out by about 2 car lengths as they work down into 3 and 4. Buscombe in the 71 trying to find a way up. Rothwell, LaFontaine, Worstrow, Hare and Buscombe, your top 5. Fabio Oliveri trying to find a way in. Car loops it on the inside of 4, and that will bring out the caution. 62 of Lyle White from Ohsweken, Ontario, loops it up off of 4, and that will bring the caution out as we work lap 8. Worstrow and Buscombe, the 271s, battling side by side down into 3 and 4. Rothwell, meanwhile, controls this one. Moulton, Olivieri, and Lord all battling 3 wide down into 1 for about 6th position. Car around on the backstretch in the turn, gets things going. There's the 34. Randy Alway within the 34. Meanwhile, at the stripe, it's still Rothwell leading LaFontaine. Hare, Worstrow, and Buscombe. Top 5 have all broken away. Look at Moulton trying to work his way into the fight as well. Don't look now, but Tyler LaFontaine is starting to eat into the lead of Kyle Rothwell. It's starting to get close between the two. Does LaFontaine have anything for Rothwell? Rothwell in the 114. Hare and Worstrow starting to battle for third. Alway going to be a bit of a lap car here. We'll see if that slows down Rothwell at all. Keeping an eye up at the front as Kyle Rothwell starts to encounter lap traffic. Cuts to the inside of the 34 of Alway. Works down into 1 and 2. Alway holding up. Rothwell is now the 44. That's Worcester. Also going to get lapped here. Worcester drops, lets the leaders go. Alway trying to hang on to the lead lap. All that's allowing LaFontaine to start to close in, as well as Kenny Hare and Worstrow. Rothwell gets by Alway now. White flag is in the air. One more lap. Tyler LaFontaine trying to get by the lap car. He's got one more shot at Kyle Rothwell. Kyle Rothwell in the 114. He was strong last season. He's picking up his winning ways here tonight. In the Central Fabricating 4-cylinders, give the win to the 114 and Kyle Rothwell. LaFontaine gets second over Hare, then Worstrow and Buscombe, your top 5. Getting unbuckled, unstrapped here. That is one happy man, Kyle Rothwell. Climbing up, checkered flag. How about that one? Night 1 and already back in victory lane. Kyle, now there was a hashtag at one point I think I saw going around on Facebook, something about beat Kyle Rothwell. Not so good on night 1 for the rest of the competition, but that 114 looked dialed in. Tell us about the drive.
Well, that guy that started that hashtag got passed with a couple laps to go, so I'm going to have to ask him how that worked out for him.
Who do you want to thank for the big win tonight, Kyle?
First of all, I got to thank my wife. She does so much behind the scenes for this team that she pretty much looks after 5 kids when we're here. So Lisa, Rob's Transmission, Van Skull Pet Value, Cutter Up Designs, Central Fabricating, Elisa Sweet Retreat, Port Colborne, Swiss Chalet and Harvey's. We just got them this year. All-Star Concrete. Anybody that I'm forgetting, it's just, yeah, thanks for everybody. I couldn't do it without you.
The winning ways continue for Kyle Rothwell into 2021. We'll see how long it can last and who can beat Kyle Rothwell next week. The 16. Alongside will be Chris Watson from Niagara Falls, Ontario in the 07. RJ Pitts from Port Colborne, Ontario starts third. That followed by Jeffrey May and from Mount Hope, Ontario in the 23. Sean Slider will line up on the inside of row number 5 in the 09. Alongside Josh Leiter from Port Colborne, Ontario in the 17. Randy Giroux in the 24 will start on the inside of row number 4 on the outside. Riley Slider in the 6S. Sean Iftati in the 27 will start 9th. Tyler Winger will start 10th from Fort Erie, Ontario. Tim Anderson from Port Colborne, Ontario will start 11th in the 15. Dave Cornish from Dunnville, Ontario in the 291. Dylan Slider in the 6 will start 13th, and rounding out the field, Ryan Anderson in the 44. Lights are out on the Merrittville Speedway pace truck. The 2021 season for the Mod Lights gets going with Brent Bigelow and Chris Watson on the front row. They fire together at the orange cone in 4. Green flag. Great start from Bigelow, but an even better start from Pitts, who looks to the inside. RJ Peets trying to find a way through. Can't do it. Now has to defend from May as Chris Watson has found the outside groove and trying to make it work to get around Bigelow. Brent Bigelow leads early. Watson trying to challenge at the line. Can't get there. Down into 1 and 2. A little 3-wide action as Slater tried to get through on the inside and will drop back. That's Sean Slater. Now has to play defense from Randy Giroux. Jeffrey May clears Josh Slater, and up to third place is Jeffrey May. Now Josh Slater trying to battle and will try to take third place. Down the back straightaway he does. Put the 17 up to P3. Brent Bigelow right now leads. Number 16, Seaway Fluid Power Machine. Out in front, Josh Slater will take second now from Chris Watson. Josh Slater slicing and dicing his way through in the Tender Cut 17 machine. Brent Bigelow continues to lead. Slater. The 07 of Watson, then it's May, and then Sean Slater in the 09. Top 5 all single file. Sean Slater trying to hold off RJ Pitts. The battle on the racetrack side by side right now. That's for about 7th on the racetrack. Giroux and Winger going side by side. Now May trying to challenge Watson for 3rd. Watson up high, May down low as they work up off of turn 4, down the front stretch. Meanwhile, up at the front, Bigelow trying to watch his mirror as Slater is slowly starting to close in. Battle for the lead is about 2 car lengths now as they work through 3 and 4. Brent Bigelow continues to lead. Slater, May, and Watson duke it out for 3rd, side by side. A little further back, Giroux and Winger still battling. Slater not able to reel in that 16 at all yet, as that gap has stayed about 2 to 3 car lengths down the back stretch. But it looks like at the stripe that Brent Bigelow actually extended that lead out a little bit. Down the back straightaway, you can see Brent Bigelow working that inside line. It's really hooked up for him now as he deals with the lap car of Cornish in the 291. Car around, it's Meisner in the 6. Up in 3 and 4, that's Meisner who's looped it, running to mid-pack. And that will bring out our first yellow of this Rona Deutsch modified light feature. Lights out on the Merrittville Speedway pace truck. Brent Bigelow and Josh Slater, your front row. Bigelow, the control car, can fire now, and does. 3 wide as Slater drops back. Josh Slater up on the high side is under fire from May and Sean Slater. Yellow flag, 2 cars tangled up in the inside of 1 and 2. That's the 44 of Anderson. And Dylan Slater in the 6 as well, also involved again. Shot out of a cannon. Brent Bigelow with the jump, green flag. Watson trying to battle Slater for 2nd. Brent Bigelow leads Watson, Josh Slater, Jeffrey May, and Sean Slater, your top 5 right now. Randy Giroux trying to get up there and mix things up in the 24. Josh Slater now works to the outside of Watson. Watson and Slater battle for 2nd, exactly what Brent Bigelow wants. Now Slider has cleared Watson. Brent Bigelow leads. Brent Bigelow's got that bottom line working real well, but Josh Slider just winds it up on the outside and now pulls alongside of the 16, the 17, trying to work to the outside. 16 and 17. Your front two cars trying to exchange the lead. Slider can't quite get alongside Bigelow to try to clear him. That bottom line is just too good right now for the 16. Brent Bigelow leads. Slider still trying to find speed on that outside line. 2 laps to go. He's running out of time. He pulls alongside, and then Bigelow inches forward. Up on the high side. Slider again, still trying to find something on that high side. Can't make it work. Brent Bigelow still hangs on to the lead. The white flag flies over the field. The top 2 battling down into the final set of corners. Josh Slider's going to have to hang it out there as Brent Bigelow in the 16 will win feature night number 1 here at Merrittville Speedway in the 16. Brent Bigelow, your winner in the 16. Brent Bigelow with a hell of a drive, holding off a dominant Josh Slider. Getting unstrapped here. Ready to climb out of the Seaway Fluid Power Seminuk Esso car. Give a call to Brent Bigelow, your winner here tonight in the Mod Lights. Brent, tell me about that drive. You found something special on that inside line, and you were able to hold off Josh Slider, someone who's very hard to hold off in a Mod Light.
Yeah, we were down there on the bottom where we belong, and I'm real cozy down there, and found a little bit of something down the back straightaway in the heat. So I put that in the memory bank and made sure to grab that every time head down there, and felt good. So kept going with it, and I didn't hear or see anybody, so just kept to plan A, and it worked out.
Who do you want to thank for the drive tonight?
Slider family, you know, can't say enough about them taking care of this car and funding it, and Josh, Ray, Lori's parents. Great group. I enjoy hanging out with them, and it's just a good time.
Brent Bigelow, your winner here tonight in the Rona Deutsch Building Centers. Getting a little congratulations from Brody down in Victory Lane. Hoosier stock time. Let's have a look at your starting lineup. Steve Shaw Sr. starts on pole in the 96 alongside Dave Bailey in the 49. Then Zach Bleach is in the 108. Rob Murray will start 4th. Pete Reed from Stevensville starts 5th in the number 5. Kyle Pellrine in the 47X will start 6th. Ryan Beagle in the 84 RK starts 7th. 8th. Logan Schwedick from Jerseyville, Ontario in the 53. Go Fast People will start 9th from Thorold, Ontario in that 11 machine. Barry Beck Jr. starts in the 10th spot in the 01 JR. Kyle Wirt from Ancaster, Ontario will start 11th. Then it's Jason Fontaine in the 1J. Kevin Knapp, Casey Huffman, Clinton Nichols, Adam Plazik, Rob Disher, Chris Hale, Dave Small, Blake Blomberry Jr., Mark Fawcett, Mike Thorne, Mike Lazinga, Bryce Richardson, Todd Shaw, Colton Lane, and green flag is out. Bailey and Shaw battle side by side. Murray trying to make it 3 wide as they work down into 3 and 4. Shaw slides up the racetrack, opens the door on the bottom, and look who's there. Rob Murray, but Bailey to the lead in the 49. Dave Bailey in the 49. Yellow flag is out. Couple cars stopped. One way up on the high side there. That is, I believe, the 93. I think that is Mike Klazinga, who went for a wild ride up the berm and almost took out one of the signs. Lots of damage to, I believe it was the 55 of Thorne, who's missing most of the front end on that race car. Base truck is in. And Bailey brings him in nice and slow. Murray trying to stay right, locked onto the bumper. Green flag in the air. Bailey, Murray, Shaw. Your top three under a blanket going down into turn one. Bleach and Pellrein are there as well. Schwedick working up on the high side. Bailey gets away with the lead down the back straightaway. Here comes Rob Murray in the M1. Trying to work underneath Bailey. Still side by side at the line. Now Bailey will clear Murray as the top two look to try to break away from the rest of this pack. Murray and Bailey still battling. Murray showing him the nose, trying to get to the inside of Bailey, but Bailey keeps clearing the M1 of Rob Murray. Lots of dust and dirt flying in the back, but up at the front, two Merrittville legends going head-to-head for the win tonight here. Already, it looks like these might be the two strongest cars in the field. We'll see if anybody can get up there and battle with them as Bailey and Murray start to gap. Back to Shaw, couple car lengths, and then from Shaw back to Pellrein, and a whole mess of cars as Bleach, Schwedick, and Reed and Beagle all battle for spots in the top five. Bailey still continues to lead, but Murray keeps looking to the inside. Can't find a way by. Smoke off the Disher machine a little further back in the race. Cars around. Looks like they're going to keep it straight, maybe keep it going. The King, 48, and 55 of Thorne both come together. Oh, they're going to move up right in front of our leaders. That got a little hairy for Dave Bailey, our leader, as those two cars almost wrecked and came to a stop on the exit of 4. Now King going to go a lap down. Oh, contact. Murray and Bailey trying to make short work of King, and that's actually allowed Shaw to close back in as we got more cars crashing in the back. Beagle's around, and I think that's Teeple who has joined him, parked on the inside of 3 and 4. Beagle and Teeple. The 11R of Richardson has brought his race car to the infield, to the pits, and is overheating. 2, Shaw, Pellrein, Bleach, your top 5. Green flag back in the air, side by side, wheel to wheel, Bailey and Murray. What an even start down into 1. Murray trying to work the middle groove now. Bailey working the bottom, Murray working the middle. Now they swap back over. Working lap 8, Bailey, Murray, Shaw, Pellrein. Top 5 starting to get a little more single file. A lot more smoke coming up off the 17 of Disher. Bailey and Murray. Shaw, Pellrein, and Bleach, your top 5 right now. Pellrein seems to be the only guy choosing to work the outside lane and try to find some speed. To watch out for Chris Hale in the 79, trying to cut in his way through up into the front of this field. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead. As we work lap 10, halfway. 10 more laps to go. Bailey and Murray. Disher, a whole bunch more smoke off that 17 ride for Disher. And it looks like Robbie Disher's night is going to end early in that 17. Bailey, Murray, Shaw, Bleach, and Pellrein, your top 5. Bleach and Pellrein battling it out for 4th position right now, and Logan Schwedick up there trying to battle as well. Top 2 cars trying to get away Shaw trying to hang tough in third. Bailey continues to lead Murray. Then Shaw. Pelrine takes over fourth. Schwedek is through to fifth. Hale and Bleach battle for sixth. Great battle for around fourth place. Oh, car around, that's Chris Hale. Hale went around on the inside of turn 2. Right as I was saying, Hale was doing a great job slicing and dicing through the field. He may have caught the inside barrier and may have had some help as well, and he takes that car right to the pits right away. Pace truck in. Bailey, Murray, Shaw, Pelrine, Schwedek, and Jason Fontaine has found his way up onto the outside of row number 3 as we go back racing. Great restart from Bailey that time as he got the jump on Murray. Bailey clears Murray down into 1. Bailey gets out by a nose. Murray's trying to find a way to get that nose back in as they work down into 3 and 4. Bailey leaves a little bit of room. Shaw is there as well. Shaw trying to keep in touch with these two as here comes Logan Schwedek in the 53. Schwedek trying to work to the inside of Shaw now and take over third position. Got some debris in turn 4 in the middle of the racetrack. Bailey clips it with the back tire. More cars clipping it as they go through. Bailey leads Murray. And we're going to go yellow one more time for this debris that's up on turn 4. Oh, we got a caution up in turn 2 as well. Action all over the racetrack. Debris in 4. Car facing the wrong way in 2. Your top 5 right now as they run. Green flag in the air. Bailey gets a great jump, and look at Schwedek now trying to battle Murray. Murray cuts him off down into 1 and 2. Bailey, the M1 of Murray. Schwedek, your top 3. They get away cleanly, and they are single file. Murray, once again, looking to the inside, trying to find a way by Bailey. Can't do it this time as they work down the front stretch. Bailey, Murray, Schwedek, Pelrine, and Shaw, your top 5. Bailey and Murray. Bailey starting to gap Murray just a little bit. About a car length down the back stretch that time. Bailey, Murray, Schwedek, Pelrine, Shaw. Two laps to settle it. Does Rob Murray have anything for Bailey? Does Bailey have enough to hold him off? Logan Schwedek trying to hold off Kyle Pelrine. Kyle Wirt in the 19 as well has tried to battle up into the battle for this top 5 race. White flag in the air. The Brewster Baker Queenston Chev ride. That is Dave Bailey who leads it. Murray closed up a lot that last lap, but they work down the backstretch. The top 2 have broken away completely from the field. Bailey leaves the door open. Murray sails it in there. They keep it straight. Murray trying to get to the inside. He's not going to do it. Dave Bailey in the 49 holds off Rob Murray and wins night 1 here at Merrittville in our 70th season. Bailey, Murray, Pelrine, Shaw, and Schwedek, I believe, is the top 5. Hoosier stock winner Dave Bailey making his way down into victory lane. A great drive holding off Rob Murray all race long. Dave Bailey getting unbuckled here, unstrapped, getting ready to come out and climb out. Back to his winning ways in 2021. Give a call to Dave Bailey. Wrapping up another checkered flag in the Hoosier stocks. Dave, another intense battle with the M1 of Rob Murray. Tell us about the drive tonight.
First off, I gotta say it's awesome to have fans back in the car or back in the stands. I got out of the car and you can hear these ones over here booing and these ones over here cheering. It's awesome to have you back.
Great night for you. Who do you want to thank for the drive?
I gotta thank Queenston Chev, Jibs Action Sports. We had Jeff Roloffs come on with Rolly's Rotary Ditching, and I gotta thank him. Just thanks everybody for sticking it out and letting us go back racing.
Dave Bailey, your winner here tonight in the Hoosier stocks, holding off Rob Murray in another classic Bailey-Murray brawl. Taylor Vanderzanden in the 74. Brandon Gruel in the 35G will start alongside on the front row. Then it's Mitch Dumont from Welland, Ontario in the 28. James Michael Friesen from Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario in the 72. Brad Rouse from Fort Erie, Ontario starts 5th, and then it's Billy Bleach Jr. Justin Sharp will start 7th in the 8S from St. Catharines. Cody McPherson from St. Catharines starts 8th in the 7. Jay Mallory will start 9th in the 20, and then it's Daryl Fairway rounding out the top 10 in the 53. Ryan Ferry in the 1F starts 11th. Brent Bigelow starts 12th in the 16. Then it's Greg Penante starting 13th. Jeff Penante starting 14th in the 99P and 66P respectively. Rob Knapp in the 2K starts 15th. Adam Leslie in the 15 starts 16th. Terry Smith from Niagara Falls, Ontario will start 17th in the 22. Starting 18th, Jason Van Mill in the 1. 19th, John Babion in the 62. 20th, Jordan Costco in the 17C. Dave Flanagan in the 74F. Tyler Pacholski in the 21P. Curtis Friesen, Dan McKay, Emily Pacholski, and Nathan Peaty, and we are green. Brandon Gruel gets away with the lead early in this one, but watch for JMF working the outside in that 72. Challenging Vanderzanden right now in the Robar Center 74. Brandon Gruel in the 35G now has to play on the offense as JMF works the outside line. The Bobcat of Hamilton Friesen 72 machine looks real strong tonight up on that high side. Friesen tries to clear Gruel. He will down the back straightaway. 72-35, and the battle's on for third. Rouse trying to take it from Vanderzanden. Rouse on the high side. The 74 of Vanderzanden able to hold off for now. And the battle's on for fifth as well as Dumont in the 28 tries to take it away from the 7. Up at the front, it's all James Friesen in the 72, starting to stretch things out over Gruel. Rouse has gotten by Vanderzanden and he's clear to third place. Friesen, Gruel, Rouse, Vanderzanden. Cody McPherson in that 7 is lurking there, trying to challenge Vanderzanden now on the high side as Rouse tries to take over second place from Gruel. Friesen, Gruel, Rouse. McPherson gets around Vanderzanden now and he goes to fourth. Justin Sharp in the 8S trying to work around the outside of the 28 of Dumont. Mitch Dumont holds the inside line. Sharp, Vanderzanden, and it's 3 wide coming up off of 4 for about 5th place. Rouse now clears the 35 of Brandon Gruel for second on the racetrack. We'll see if Rouse has anything to reel in JMF, who is out for a Saturday night cruise so far, out by about, give it a 3/4 of a straightaway length. Friesen. Won't be long before he encounters lap traffic, trying to make the most of that outside groove. Rouse running a middle groove, and now McPherson's going to get around Rule for third. Put the lucky number 7, McPherson, up to third place. Friesen starting to catch the tail end of the field. Top 5 are single file. Battles on for 6th. Dumont and Van der Zanden side by side. A little further back, Brent Bigelow in the 16 and the 20 of Jay Mallory. Both of those guys battling back and forth for about 7th on the racetrack. Friesen, meanwhile, has caught the lap traffic. First he will encounter Nathan Peaty in the 23N. Friesen elects to use the bottom lane, trying to go by Peaty, and now will try to get past Pacholski. Tyler Pacholski in the 21 falls into the clutches of our leader. Friesen continues to lead. Lap traffic not slowing him down yet. Rouse is starting to make some inroads towards the front of this field, though. Friesen making the bottom line work now as he tries to get around the 62. Friesen clears the 62, heads down the back straightaway. The next car he will encounter is Dan McKay in the 13. Meanwhile, Rouse is still trying to get by Tyler Pacholski to keep pace with Friesen. Rouse better not look in the mirror because McPherson is starting to close in as well in the 7. Cody McPherson out of St. Catharines, Ontario in the 7. Starting to get up there to challenge Brad Rouse. Meanwhile, let's keep an eye on your leader as he continues to work lap traffic. Friesen trying to get around Emily Pacholski in the 12. Friesen back to the outside. JMF in the Bobcat of Hamilton 72. Gets by Pacholski. We'll now have McKay and the 22 of Smith as well to deal with. Rouse has closed in a little bit in the last lap or so. I'd say the lead for Friesen down to about a half straightaway advantage, but Rouse also is going to have to play defense as here comes the 7. Rouse up on the high side trying to defend against McPherson. Friesen still slicing and dicing his way through lap traffic. Has about 3 lap cars between him and second place now McPherson as McPherson makes the pass on Rouse. McPherson to the inside of Emily Pacholski. McPherson down low, Rouse up high. The battle for second is raging and these lap cars are making it a lot more interesting. Meanwhile, Friesen better pick up the pacing. Oh, contact! I believe the 22 of Smith, McKay, and Brad Rouse involved in that one. Brad Rouse was trying to get by the outside lane and just not enough room for everybody to make it cleanly through there. Friesen had a good amount of distance. Green flag back in the air. Friesen with a great restart. Gets the better of McPherson, but McPherson tries to cut back down onto the inside. But he's got to play defense as here comes Justin Sharp and Brent Bigelow. Winner already tonight in the Mod Lights, looking for another win tonight. Friesen back to the high side. McPherson down low. They're side by side at the flag. Friesen leads that one, and Friesen thinks better of that high line. Pinches the 7 down, and they continue to battle big. That's Jeff Penunte in the 66P. I saw one car loop around, and I saw some smoke. That's Jeff Penunte up on the high side, and we are back to yellow. Green flag, great start again from Friesen as he just points it down the hill and gets a great run down the front stretch. Friesen out to the lead early. McPherson trying to hold off a hard-charging Brent Bigelow, but now Brent Bigelow's got fire from Justin Sharp as McPherson slides up the racetrack. That's going to cost him a whole bunch of time to our leader, Friesen. Friesen out front. 5 laps to go. Friesen nice and slow and steady through 3 and 4. Has about 3 or 4 car lengths back to McPherson. Sharp and Bigelow side by side for third. Ferry clears Gruel and he's up into the top 5 now. Ryan Ferry, a heat winner from earlier tonight. Friesen continues to lead up on the high side. McPherson trying to find some speed down low. Then it's Sharp. Takes over third officially and clears Brent Bigelow, but Bigelow trying to come back down on the inside. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go. McPherson is starting to roll. Big crash. Couple cars involved in the back. Petey gets a piece of it. McKay, and I believe that is the 12P of Emily Pacholski as well involved. Hamilton machine gets it pointed down the hill and gets a great restart once again as he gaps McPherson by about a car length. McPherson closes right in on the back bumper though as they work down into 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Friesen stretches things out again by about 2 car lengths. Look at Justin Sharp up on the high side in the 8S. He's not done with things as we get the white flag. Oh, 2 to go at this time. Coming to the white flag this time. Friesen leads McPherson, Sharp, Bigelow, and Ferry. Friesen, still your leader. 1 more set of corners. Can JMF hold off a hungry McPherson? Checkers in the air. On Bobcat of Hamilton, opening night. James Friesen wins it in the 72 machine. Friesen, McPherson, Sharp, Bigelow, and the 1. JMF, the winner here in the Rick's Delivery Sportsman. He made this 72 work on the bottom. He made it work on the top. He held off multiple chargers throughout the night and finds himself in victory lane. Give a call to James Friesen, your winner here tonight, the Rick's Delivery Sportsman. James, pretty appropriate as we get ready to start the 70th season here at Merrittville. We got a Friesen with a Bobcat of Hamilton car in victory lane. Tell us about the drive.
Just happy to start off the year good. You know, we had some money riding on opening night here, and the car was good. We hit the setup well, and the track position was good, and it worked out.
Who do you want to thank for the drive tonight?
I got to thank Gord Senior and Junior McIntosh, Trailer Supply Company, Bobcat of Hamilton, DDL, 24/7 Water, T-Max Bar and Grill, all my crew, my wife Kathleen, my parents, and that's it.
Great job. James Fries and JMF finds himself back in victory lane at Merrittville Speedway. The S&W Service Center 358 Modifieds. Let's have a look at your starting lineup. Starting on pole, Fred Carlton, Fast Freddy in the 96, alongside of Austin Wood in the 1XP. Then it's going to be Matt Williamson in the 6, starting third. Starting fourth, Chad Chevalier in the 12. 777 of Tyler Willard starts fifth, alongside Tim Jones in 6th in the 15J. Pete Bicknell is starting 7th. Starting 8th will be Mike Bowman in the 71. Todd Gordon starts 9th in the 28, alongside of Gary Lindbergh in the 37S. Scott Wood will start 11th in the 38. Glenn Stiers starts alongside of Wood on the outside of row number 6 in the 0. Dalton Slack will start 13th. Mark Delario will start 14th. Trevor Wright starts 15th. The 16 starter will be Boyd McTavish in the 41. 17th, Tom Neal in the 2X, alongside Dylan Davidson in the 73. Tanner Podwinski is in the 72, starting 19th. Starting 20th, Derek Van Mill in the 2 Cool ride. Then starting 21st, Shane Pierce in the 88. And rounding out the field will be Bill Podwinski in the 72K. Lights are out on the Merrittville Speedway pace truck. Green flag in the air. Fast Freddie Carlton with the jump. Leads him down into 1. Austin Wood on the outside trying to make a challenge, but here comes Matt Williamson in the 6. Williamson trying to continue the winning ways here at home in Merrittville. Down on the inside, quite a battle as Bowman tries to slice and dice his way up through the field. Carlton leads. Wood, Williamson side by side for second. Then it's Chevalier through into 4th. The 777 of Tyler Willard trying to find a way by Chevalier for 4th. Meanwhile, Fast Freddie Carlton's trying to find a way to get away as the 1XP of Wood, making the high side work, is not letting the 96 go. Carlton leads. Wood, Williamson, Chevalier and Willard side by side. Bowman and Bicknell side by side. Jones and Lindbergh side by side. Heavy hitters throughout this field of the S&W Service Center 358 Modifieds. Carlton continues to lead. Willard right in his tire tracks. Willard chooses the high line now, trying to get alongside Carlton. Fast Freddie Carlton trying to hold off the 1XP. It's Carlton. Wood. Williamson. Tight racing for 4th as somehow Bowman has sliced through everybody and is up to 4th. Mike Bowman in the 71. Yellow flag as we got a car spun around on the inside down on the goat kart track here. Yellow flag is out. Too Cool of Van Mill goes around on the front stretch. We go under yellow. Green flag back in the air. Carlton is your leader. Wood, Williamson, Bowman rows the moat down the front straightaway. Lindbergh thought about making it 3 wide into the inside of Jones, but thinks better of it. Carlton leads. Wood, Williamson, Bowman, and Willard, your top 5 as they run right now. Matt Williamson in the 6, trying to find a way by the 1XP of Austin Wood. He hasn't been able to do it yet, and now falling back into the clutches of Mike Bowman. Here comes Bowman on the outside. Mike Bowman trying to find a way by, can't do it. Now Wood goes to the lead. Austin Wood's trying to make a challenge on Fast Freddie Carlton with a hell of a run down the front stretch. Great maneuver, and he puts the power down the max stretch, and he might be able to clear Carlton as they get out of 4 this time. Wood, Carlton, Williamson, Bowman, Willard, your top 5. Carlton not letting Wood go, and here comes Williamson now into the battle. Keeping our eyes on the top 3 as they are all under a blanket. Wood can't get away from Carlton. Carlton committed to the bottom. Williamson trying to find a way through the middle. Williamson goes to the outside of Carlton. Wood still up on the high side. The 1XP of Austin Wood in control of this one. 3-car battle still at the front as Bowman has started to slowly fall off the pace of these top 3. Carlton 3 wide off of 2. Wood sails it down the back straightaway, and he's cleared Carlton and Williamson. They close back up through 3 and 4. Down the front stretch, here they come. Wood. Williamson is by Carlton. Now does Matt Williamson have anything for Austin Wood, who's been strong on that high side all night long so far? 11 laps down. Wood, Williamson, Carlton not done battling for this top 3 spot. Williamson making the bottom line work. That time gained a lot of ground on Wood as he was able to pull ahead briefly for a moment in turn 2. Down into 3 and 4. Wood coming down the racetrack now, trying to close the gap. Wood in the Peters ride almost puts it into the moat, through the moat and into the wall, and that cost him. Williamson, though, can't make it stick on the bottom. The 1XP, the 6, battling hard for the lead in this one. Lap traffic soon to be a factor as here comes Matt Williamson. Matt Williamson trying to clear in the S&W Service Center number 6. Can he clear the 1XP of Austin Wood? This time down the back straightaway, he does. Matt Williamson through to the lead. It's Williamson, Wood, Carlton, Bowman, and Willard, your top 5 as they run. Now, lap car in the way, the 72. Williamson is through. Wood gets through. Bowman and Carlton will now have to deal with the lap traffic. Matt Williamson looks to continue his winning ways here at Merrittville. Strong wherever he runs, but extra strong when he comes home on Saturday nights. Williamson now works to the outside of more lap traffic. Carlton trying to make the pass for second. Williamson leads. Carlton trying to take second from Austin Wood. He does. Fast Freddie Carlton leads it at the line. Still side by side as here comes Bowman into the battle for second. Williamson has about a half straightaway advantage and one lap car between he and second place Freddie Carlton. Carlton trying to work around another lap car to get back to Williamson, but Williamson keeps picking him up and putting him down. He is in control of this one. Williamson leads. Carlton, Wood, Bowman trying to close in on the back bumper of Austin Wood. Can't do it yet. This time slides it in into 1 and 2. The 1XP trying to hold off Mike Bowman, who goes to the outside. Closest battle on the racetrack is for third. Wood has it. Bowman wants it. Fast Freddie Carlton is trying to clear the lap traffic. Williamson trying to put down the 09 of Wright a lap down. Williamson clears Trevor Wright and now has about a 3/4 of a straightaway advantage over fast Freddie Carlton. Williamson, Carlton in the Canada Day Bonesmobile ride looks strong, but not strong enough to keep up with Williamson. Bowman still working over Austin Wood for third. Williamson leads, then it's Carlton. Austin Wood on the high side. Mike Bowman trying to come through for third. Crossover maneuver. Wood and Bowman will continue to battle. Williamson still your leader. Putting lap cars down, left, right, and center. Davidson goes a lap down now. Carlton coming under pressure from Bowman, who's taken over third from Austin Wood. Top 5 are single file now. Battles on for 6 between Pete Bicknell and Tim Jones. Jones and Bicknell battling for 6th. Meanwhile, up at the front, Williamson trying to get around the 88. That's Shane Pierce going a lap down. Williamson in control. 10 laps to go. Williamson leads by a full straightaway now over Carlton, who's on the defense. Here comes Mike Bowman for second. Bowman on the high side in the 71, trying to find a way around Carlton as Carlton tries to work around the lap machine of Wright. Williamson fully out in front of this one. Carlton, Bowman, Austin Wood, Tyler Willard, Bicknell and Jones still going side by side for 6th place. Lindbergh runs in 8th. Williamson still in control of this one. Freddie Carlton trying to find a way around the lap car of the 41. 41 of McTavish holding up our 2nd place leaders. Carlton gets through. Bowman now trying to get the high side around McTavish. Williamson's in a bunch of lap traffic himself, trying to find a way around the 0 of Glenn Stiers. Bowman looks to the inside of McTavish. He gets there. Bowman and Carlton almost side by side now. Matt Williamson works around Stiers. Here comes Tim Jones to make a move on Tyler Willard. Jones on the bottom. He'll get around the 777 and he'll break into the top 5. Pete Bicknell now with the next car to try to take over 6th place from Willard. He'll get by. Williamson still comfortably out front. Matt Williamson in control. Matt Williamson out for a Saturday night cruise. Popsicle sticks are in the air. 2 laps to go. Williamson in control. Carlton, Bowman, Wood, and now Pete Bicknell's broken into the top 5. Bicknell's by Jones. Gary Lindbergh trying to make a pass on Jones as well now for 6th. White flag in the air. Matt Williamson in control of this one. He's got 1 more lap to get back to victory lane at home. Carlton runs comfortably in 2nd. No pressure from Bowman. Into 3 and 4. 1 final time. Coming to the checkered flag. Matt Williamson will win the 358 Modifieds S&W Service Center, featured on opening night here at Merrittville Speedway. Carlton, Bowman, Wood, and at the line, I think Lindbergh may have got Pete Bicknell at the line for 5th, but that was close. Looks like the scoring says Lindbergh by a nose. Great racing a little bit deeper in the field, but Matt Williamson put a whooping on him once again here at Merrittville. Matt Williamson gets it done once again here in the 358 modifieds. Checkers. Some cheers and some booze. There's no place like home, is there, Matt?
Hey, as long as they're saying something and doing something right.
Tell us about the drive tonight. This car looked real hooked up. You had a little bit of trouble getting through the traffic, looks like, but then come 10 laps into the race, you look dominant as always.
Hide behind the fence over there. I love it. Nobody will come to the pits. It's probably the same tough guys off Twitter.
Who do you want to thank for the drive tonight?
Obviously, everybody standing back here. S&W Service Center, Jason Enterprises, Optional Hose and Hydraulics, Daryl Johnson Incorporated, Bignell Racing Products, Barron's Performance Bus, Glenn Stiers Racing, Ibach, Wentz. Everybody that makes it happen, you know. Couldn't do it without them. Everybody that bought a ticket over there, you know, hopefully you guys had a good show. Even the ones that are booing, they're paying the purse, so that's all that matters.
Matt Williamson, your winner here on opening night in the S&W Service Center, 358 Modifieds. Thank you to our loyal Merrittville fans. We so appreciated seeing you tonight, and we can't wait to see you again next week. For Don Spees, Lorraine Spees, and everybody here at Merrittville Speedway, I've been Jonathan Howe. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you at the racetrack again real soon.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of GForceTV. GForceTV would like to thank you for your support and for watching today's broadcast.